Yo, what's good, family? Welcome back to Think Rich Media. If you made it back, I'm assuming that you want more of this information, and that's what we're here to do, man. So I'm glad you made it back, and I'm assuming that you went to go watch that video that I pointed you to, last video, which is called Watch the Water. Go find it. If you can't find it on YouTube, it's on other platforms and things like that. And like I said, just get at me. Send me your email. I'll send it to you. Make sure you get it. And shout out to everybody that did hit me up that I got it to, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Just keep coming back. Tell your friends to subscribe. Please hit that like button. Please comment. Let me know how you feel about the content that I'm putting out. All type of things. But just piggybacking off the Watch the Water, it has nothing to do with it, but I want y'all to watch this clip real quick. Just something interesting I found out about water within itself. So watch that real quick. I'm coming right back.
In the 1960s, in a closed laboratory in Germany, something inexplicable occurred. A laboratory assistant dropped a vacuum-sealed ampule containing virulent poison into a vessel with distilled water. Trying to conceal her blunder, she just left it in the water. The ampule was discovered only 3 days later. Since it was sealed, it did not pose any special hazard, and the matter was closed. Later, the water was given to laboratory mice. And they died. Immediately, the water was thoroughly tested. Chemically, it proved to be impeccably clean. It meant that the water without direct contact with the poison somehow adopted its properties. In other words, it received negative information from the poison. A fantastic hypothesis was put forward, a hypothesis that could explain water's unpredictable behavior. Water has memory. Experiments done in many countries around the world have shown that water receives and makes an imprint of any outside influence, remembering everything that occurs in the space that surrounds it. It makes no difference where the water is located.
Kind of crazy, right? Yeah, I know, man. But hey, that's this world for you. But what I'm actually coming to y'all today with is pretty much, a crazy concept. I'm pretty sure some of y'all done heard of it, especially with Elon Musk coming out with his Neuralink and things like that. So you're familiar with the idea. But, I was watching one of the videos today by my boy Papa Duck. Shout out to him if you see this happen to see this video or any of my videos, man. Holla at me. Let's do something. But he's a real good guy. He got great content. Y'all go check him out. His name is Papa Duck. But anyway, he came across this guy just talking about pretty much hacking humans. Yeah, seriously, for real. So, it was just a crazy concept to me. It's not like I haven't been on to this, but, it got a little deeper. But before I even get into it, I'm going to let y'all watch this clip real quick because, it blew my mind too. But listen to this.
When you have enough data, you don't need to send soldiers in order to control a country. Alongside inequality, the other major danger we face is the rise of digital dictatorships that will monitor everyone all the time. This danger can be stated in the form of a simple equation, which I think might be the defining equation of life in the 21st century. B times C times D equals R, which means biological knowledge multiplied by computing power multiplied by data equals the ability to hack humans. If you know enough biology and you have enough computing power and data, you can hack my body and my brain and my life, and you can understand me better than I understand myself. You can know my personality type, my political views, my sexual preferences, my mental weaknesses, my deepest fears and hopes. You know more about me than I know about myself. And you can do that not just to me, but to everyone. A system that understands us better than we understand ourselves can predict our feelings and decisions, can manipulate our feelings and decisions, and can ultimately make decisions for us. Now, in the past, many tyrants and governments wanted to do it, but nobody understood biology well enough, and nobody had enough computing power and data to hack millions of people. Neither the Gestapo nor the KGB could do it. But soon, at least some corporations and governments will be able to systematically hack all the people. We humans should get used to the idea that we are no longer mysterious souls. We are now hackable animals. That's what we are.
I told you. I told you. Yeah, man. As you can see, they got equations for this, all type of crazy mess. But this is the world we live in. So, you know, I'm just coming to let y'all know, because I know some people just, you know, you aren't into any of this, and it's okay. It's all good. But information is great, and you need it, regardless of what you do with it. Just let it sit in here. You know, just some food for thought. Just some food for thought. And if you're not familiar on how these things work, if you're looking at me like, oh, you crazy, how they gonna do that? Well, watch this, and I'll be right back.
Implantable medical microchip, so tiny it can be injected into a human body with a syringe.
2-nanometer chip. Its tiniest components are smaller than a strand of DNA.
Program genetic sequences, we can program DNA to do specific things. So we can program organisms in the way that we used to think we could program machines.
Biomedical implants, electronics go inside the body and function for some period of time and then ultimately dissolve away.
Little machines, little robots, nanobots, an amazing machine coming out of these little pores, which actually assembles other machines.
First motor-driven submersible nanomachines ever created. Miniature robots are designed to deliver specialized medicines throughout the body,
such as artificial antibodies, artificial white and red blood cells, and antiviral nanobots.
Take medicines into the body.
As long as we have a way of controlling them.
Millions of tiny robots, swarms of robots so small that they can be injected through a hypodermic syringe.
Or vaccines to target specific types of cells in the body.
Can it cure cancer and evolve humans into a new realm of synthetic hybrids? Or will nanotechnology form a new type of deadly weapon which eradicates us from existence?
Transhumanists believe our bodies will soon be home to swarms of nanomachines that will both heal and also warn of disease. Could millions of microscopic robots soon be swimming in our bloodstreams?
So yeah, man. So bottom line, we just gonna get into it. So my thing with this is the reason it's touching me so deeply is because it's not even the fact that they can do it. I mean, we all know that, you know, come on now. But the thing is this, I just think about the youngins nowadays. Like, you know how we always say like the music and, you know, things like that are provoking them to do certain things. And I'm not saying any of that, you know, doesn't hold any truth. But what I am saying is that I remember just even when I was younger, like, you know, before drill rap and all that was out, it was still guys out here rapping about what's going on in the hood. I mean, that's where we come from. People die, people get killed. We know that, you know. And the sad part about it is it became a norm for us, you know. And there's nothing normal about it. Definitely not. But the bottom line is like, I'll just make an example. Like when I was coming up, you know, RP my dad, but I used to go on little trips with him, and I used to love to listen to Eminem's music. Like we all know how crazy his music used to be in the Marshall Mathers days and things like that. And I mean, you know, he used to talk about all kind of crazy mess. And I mean, you know, I didn't go do any of it, so I don't really know if it influenced me to do anything or not. I mean, I would assume not, because I didn't do any of it. But the point is that, you know, it was a lot of things being said, and we just didn't go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. It may be a little soundtrack to your little pain or whatever you're going through or whatever you're trying to do or however that may go. But the bottom line is like these kids nowadays, man, it's like they're going to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a little weird to me. So what I'm getting at is, have they already been hacked? Like, you know, and I say that because it's like, it's just the energy is too strong. Like, you know, you got to understand these kids aren't stupid. We're not fools by far, you know. I get it. You know, a lot of it is the parents' fault, you know. But it's like, you know, I'm just thinking, like, think about it. You know, from the time you come out your mama's ass, bro, they shooting you up with this, that, and the third. You got to go to the doctor 20 million times before you even get this high. You know, you can't go to school without having certain immunizations and all this. Like, so, you know, I'm just thinking in my head, like, just some food for thought. You know, I ain't saying it's true. You know, you take what you want. Tell me what you think in the comments. But, you know, I'm just thinking, like, this has already been done, bro. You know, on a small scale. On a small scale, you know. But the bottom line is it's getting deeper. As you can see, it's getting deeper. And I'm only coming to y'all with this is because we have to watch what we're doing. You know, eating, thinking, consuming as far as TV, internet. You know, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, you know. And, you know, I'm not going to get too deep into accusations or trying to say, you know, what people are doing, what they're not doing. You take the information, do what you want to do with it. But I came here today just to show you that it's real. You know what I mean? It's real. And as you can see, they think of it in a whole totally different way than we do. And then I got another angle for you. You know how, back in the day they had the Tulsa, Oklahomas and things like that. Like, we're kind of, in a way, getting back to that a little bit. And what I mean by that is like the women. Like, we may complain about how they dress and things like that. But if you really think about it, where are they getting these little clothes from and stuff like that? It's a lot of online boutiques. People are just cranking up businesses, and we're kind of spending black again. You know what I mean? Like, we really are. Like, we spending with each other again a little bit. It's not as prevalent as it was back then, but it's getting back to that a little bit. And one thing they're probably not putting out there on the forefront is, I'm pretty sure these big corporations and big businesses and clothing lines and this, that, and the third and all this drip and designer that we want, I'm pretty sure those industries are taking a small hit. I'm not saying big, because yes, we all know that the rappers and everybody dress in it and things like that. But as far as the masses go, if you just think about this, it's kind of coming out of their hands a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And with that being said, you got to understand, when you're dealing with people who's used to controlling everything, free will becomes a problem when the people are no longer freely doing what you want them to do. So at that point, just think about it. What would you have to do to make sure that everything still goes according to plan? Right or wrong? All right then. This is another thing I was thinking about too the other day when I took my son to get some shoes and things like that. And it's like, I've been noticing this for a little while, but it just hit me the other day, like, man, like, they really going hard to know every little thing we do. Like, I remember it was a time, bro, where you going anywhere and spend cash, that was that. They ring your stuff up, you give them the cash, you get your receipt, you get out of there. Now, all of a sudden, think about how everything is tied to a reward system or whatever the case may be. You go spend cash, they ask you for your email. You go spend cash, they want your phone number. You go spend cash, they asking you your name. Like, huh? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. Like, it used to be a time to where if you spend cash, bro, you pretty much was under the radar. Now, all of a sudden, no matter what you spend, they know it's you. So you just got to think about that. Just got to think about that. Like I say, I ain't going to make it too long because I know the videos was kind of long, but I just want y'all to think about this, man. Just think about this. Protect your kids. Protect yourself. Protect the inner you, because it's not about what's on the outside. This is all a facade. You got to remember that. Got to remember that. This is nothing but the Matrix. But at the end of the day, we got to live in it, right? So it's best you know this information so at least you can walk with a little bit more confidence, just a little bit more knowledge, a little wiser, So when things do happen to get crazy, at least you know. So with that being said, y'all, I'm out of here. I love y'all family, and I'll be back to y'all soon, all right? Have a good one.